Greetings and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about a topic that we at M-Files find very exciting, and that's versioning, and especially how M-Files eliminates versioning chaos. We love this topic because we know that versioning chaos is a huge pain that M-Files solves for our customers. Our users often tell us that the M-Files approach to managing document versions is one of the features they find most beneficial to their day-to-day work. It simply saves them loads of time and frustration. Now, let me back up and explain what I mean by versioning. Whenever you have a document, as it gets drafted and modified, many versions are created. You might have a draft version, an annotated version, and then a final version, for instance. I think we can all relate to this sort of situation. All of these are different versions of the same document, a project plan, but it can be very difficult to figure out which version is the latest and how these documents have been modified over time and by whom. At M-Files, we call this versioning chaos, and it's a typical issue that arises when collaborating on documents. Because when working with legacy systems or folders, one of the main ways people share documents is through attachments. And sending attachments back and forth is a recipe for versioning disaster. After many rounds of back and forth collaboration, there will be multiple copies of the same document, and some are bound to get lost. And this is how what should be a single project proposal can become 10 different files. This is not only a burden on your IT infrastructure, but it's also difficult to govern, secure, and control. Not to mention, it makes accessing up-to-date information very difficult, because it's difficult to know which version is the latest. M-Files has a different approach. Instead, in M-Files, there is one document always. And when you need to collaborate with your colleague on a document, you send them a link to that document. So, let's say that you drafted a project plan and you want to send it to your colleague, Tina, for review and comments. Instead of sending an email attachment, you send her a link to your project plan. She accesses the document through the link, makes her comments, and nothing was duplicated in the process. And as the project plan goes through rounds of editing and review, M-Files maintains a version history, so you always see who has done what and when. You always know which version is the latest and most up to date. And you can always go back and access previous versions if needed. You can even roll the document back to a previous version if necessary. So, to recap, in typical folder systems, you might have a situation like this, where what should be a single document is fragmented and duplicated into multiple version files, and it's not clear which is the latest. And then you have the M-Files way, in which there is one file with a clear version history. This is how M-Files enhances collaboration by eliminating versioning chaos.